Good morning, Thrifty Adventurers. It is Monday, October 21st, I believe it is. And we are in store for another What Sold over the weekend video. So, I want to make a couple quick notes or talk about a couple things before I jump into all of this. One, I want to say Ecom Chicago was great this week. I just got back from it. It was last week. If you guys can get to it next year, it was a great event. It was a lot of fun. Even it's great for Amazon and eBay and just everything, but it's also great to meet those other sellers and to talk with the other people. It could be a lonely job just being in your house and listening and doing it on your own. So it's great to talk with those other people and to meet them and hear their stories and hear what they do and just bounce ideas off of each other. So definitely think about doing that next year in October, Elk Grove Village, Illinois. Always keep that in mind. Next, I do want to just touch on the eBay glitches. Yes, we all know it was a rough week last week. It was a rough week for a lot of us. I still did sell some. Definitely not as much as I normally do. It was definitely a bad weekend. But we will weather this storm just like we've weathered all of the other ones. Do I wish eBay's technology was a little bit better? Of course. But they made the announcement. We're getting a little bit better there that they actually told us. I talked with an eBay rep at Ecom Chicago, and they are trying to communicate better to us and get that information out to the sellers so that we see what's going on. But I have not changed any of my listings or added anything to them. I am just going to let them be. They are still searchable, and I will just let eBay get all the kinks out and get them fixed on their own. There's no reason to go in and add all of those specifics right now. So let's just weather out this storm and it'll get better. So let's stay positive. All right, time to jump into the numbers. So my numbers for the week and what I have shipping out today from the weekend. So I had 41 items sold. 3 were on Etsy and 2 were on Posh. And that's another thing. When eBay has these issues, try to work on the other platforms. Go to Etsy, go to Poshmark, go to Mercari, go to these other sites and see what you can do on there. It doesn't hurt to cross post and to have some other income sources as well. So that was a great help because that added in a couple $100 of sales that I didn't have on eBay. So anyways, 41 items sold for $1,049.71. My cost of goods were $131. My fees were $157.46. I did not calculate my profit. I think it ended up being like $760 something. And then my average sale price was $25.60. A little less than usual, but I got it. One, I didn't list a lot this week because it was so crazy with ecom. But I am going to get back into it, and I'm just going to list like normal and let it be. All right, so let's get into what I have going out. All right, first is a Dickies coat. It was like a hooded denim jacket. This sold for $28. I got it at Savers for about $4, and it sold within a couple weeks, so it didn't take too long to sell. I like looking for Dickies stuff. Not all of it does well, but this was a nice thick coat that you don't see too often. And it wasn't a bad price. So always look out for Dickies. Next was a Wells Fargo Stagecoach model. I always look at the modeling kits. This one was brand new. It was $10 at Goodwill. But the model kits can do really well. They're easy to look up. So you can always check them out, but I always look out for those. So keep an eye out for them. This one sold for $60. So 10 to 60, took about a month to sell. Yes, it is a longer box. I put in the dimensions in my listing for calculated shipping. I put it in 3 priority 12 by 12 by 12 boxes, taped them all up. Off it's going to go. All right. Next was a Scrabble game. This one was a breast cancer one. I thought it would sell a little bit better. It did take a while to sell. I normally do well with the vintage Scrabble games. They have like turntable, the boards are on like a turntable base. Those do well for me, so always look out for those if you can get them for cheap. This one sold for $19.77, so not as much as I normally sell. The other deluxe ones I normally sell for $40 to $50 range. But I only paid like $3 for this, so it wasn't too bad. Next was a Rudolph inflatable, Christmas inflatable. I've had this for a long time. I got it at Walgreens right after Christmas. I went and bought a whole bunch of stuff when they put their clearance Christmas stuff out for like 75% off. So I got it for $5. But I've had it for a really long time. But on the other side of that, I kind of expected to have this for a long time. Yes, Christmas does sell all year round, but the blow-ups and inflatables, the big decorations, they normally tend to sell just around Christmas time, at least for me. So I expected to hold on to this one, so that was okay. It sold for $30, so I had already paid off that Walgreens purchase with the other stuff a while ago. So it wasn't a huge box, so I was happy with that. All right, next was Duke Kaboom button-up shirt from Toy Story 4. This I got at the Disney Store outlet. There's a couple outlet stores for the Disney Store, and some of them have merchandise from the parks. So Disney Parks will send them merchandise. So I always try to go to those every so often, or if I'm near one, I always go. And it's normally one of the only stores I do a lot of retail arbitrage at. So this I got for $7 at the store. It sold for $40. I always look for Disney button-up shirts. So they don't make tons of them, and they're normally parks items. So you always want to look out for Disney button-up shirts. They normally sell for a good amount of money. So keep an eye out for those. Next was an Eeyore jacket. This was just a zipper up light hoodie fleece jacket. Got it at Savers for $3. It sold for $19.05. Next was some more Rudolph stuff. I love selling Rudolph. So this came from my friend Lynn's house. I spent about $2 on it. It looks like she got these items also at the Walgreens sale after Christmas. So she probably paid, I don't know, maybe $5 each for these. And they sold, I put the two together and they sold for $40 total. So I thought they would do better together than separate. Sometimes if you can get a good set together, they'll do better, or they'll sell faster. So these sold for $40. Next was a Gummy Jaws fish. These Gummy fish still do well for me. Gummy, Gemmy, is a great one to look out for. Sorry, that's my ring. So Gemmy, this was a Jaws one. They have that Billy Bass fish. They have some other ones. And Gummy makes a lot of animated products. They always do well for me, so always look out for them. This one only sold for $20, so it wasn't a huge seller, but I bought it for like $3, so it wasn't too bad. But they still do well, those singing fish, so always look out for them. And then last was a Poshmark sale. It was a LuLaRoe item. I don't sell tons of LuLaRoe anymore, but there are still some good items to look for if you can get them for cheap. This was a duster long like cardigan. This sold, I got it at Goodwill for $4 and it sold for $24. So not a huge sale, but also not too bad, and it only took a few weeks to sell. So I'm happy with that. That is all of my sales. There was not tons going out. It was a pretty slow weekend for me, but I am going to go and get to work, get to listing. If you have any questions, please let me know. I hope you guys all have a great sales week. Hopefully all the kinks get worked out soon with eBay, and those sales for fourth quarter start to jump back up. I'm also going to work on cross-posting more stuff to Etsy and Poshmark to make sure I have those venues as well. And that's about it. So have a fantastic day. I will talk with you soon. Happy selling, and go have yourself a thrifty adventure. Bye-bye.